girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. At this point, there's just nobody that Trump has not gotten into it with. I feel like Trump is the type of person where if you even criticize him just the slightest, he's coming after you. Before we begin today's video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right, y'all. So today's video, we are going to talk about how the girls are fighting. This is actually crazy to me because if you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene was actually Donald Trump's #1 supporter. So the fact that he's calling her Traitor Greene because she, #1, called him out and disagrees with him, so much so for freedom of speech, is actually crazy to me. So I just want to add context. If you know me and you follow me, you know there's only a handful of politicians that I would actually go out of my way and say that I do not like. Majority of the time when it comes to politicians, I'm very just like, I don't really care for them, or, oh, they're nice, I met them in person, this, that, they're cool to work with. But if I go out of my way and say I do not like this politician, that's saying a lot. Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of them. Gavin Newsom is another. I'm not going to go down the list. It's not many. It's like 4 or 5 of them, but Marjorie Taylor Greene is definitely on that list. And I say that to say because this is completely unbiased, because even though I don't like her as a politician or how she has been conducting herself as a representative, I don't think she's wrong. So let's start from the beginning. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's known for being like a diehard Donald Trump fan, supporter, whatever the case may be. She played a big role in his election in regards to just support, donations, etc. So the fight kind of centers around the Jeffrey Epstein related documents. As y'all know, it's deeply, deeply sensitive. Greene was someone who was standing with the Epstein survivors at a press conference, pushing the bill. The bill is the Epstein Files Transparency Act. If you don't know much about it, it is a bill that is co-sponsored by a Democrat and a Republican, pretty much a bipartisan bill that just was passed. So Trump, for months, he resisted that level of transparency, even though he ran on releasing the Epstein files. When it got to that point, he was kind of like backtracking a little bit. He was like, this isn't relevant. I don't know why the Democrats are trying to push this, until as recently, he actually reversed, saying, okay, Republicans, vote for this bill, vote for this bill. So over the weekend, Trump, he pretty much publicly withdrew his support for Marjorie Taylor Greene. He called her Marjorie Traitor Greene at that on social media, which actually triggered Greene's response. She said at a press conference, and she pushed back. She was like, no, I was actually loyal to Donald Trump. She questioned why he called her a traitor, which I personally am confused as well, because all she did was criticize just how he's moving. Like, I don't think what she said was anything personal with Donald Trump. It's everything that she criticized was something that he had full control over. And that is how he's navigating his presidency. As of recently, she felt as if he's not putting America first, that he's putting different countries before America. She felt like the Epstein files should have been released as she stood with the survivors. I will say, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is in a rebrand era right now. I think it is hard for her because, #1, when you put your identity, and she's one of them, I'll 100% say she put her identity in the fact that she was MAGA, and she put her identity in the fact that she was a Republican. And so that once you put your identity in something so deeply, and now you are starting to see you're starting to see life bigger than your political party and their agenda, and you're like, okay, this doesn't feel right. It's almost like an identity crisis, almost like she has one foot in, because when you watch her on The View, she actually still defends Donald Trump. And it's like one foot out because she knows right from wrong, and what Donald Trump has been doing lately may not have been the best. And that's her standing for it. So I give her props for that, at least. He's saying it's bringing a divide within the MAGA. We've been saw that, sweetheart. We've been saw that division. I saw it from a mile away. Ever since the Elon Musk, as soon as he pointed Elon Musk into Doge, I was like, oh, this isn't going to last long. And then the whole situation between him and Elon Musk breaking apart, whatever the case may be, I was like, oh yeah, this is only the beginning. Honestly, maybe even before that, between him and Mike Pence and their situation too, I'm just like, y'all, this is only a matter of time. This is only a matter of time. Hopefully I don't get flagged. I get the video clips from TikTok now because it's shorter, but sometimes they even flag that. So let's go ahead and begin.
And you called them, quote unquote, I believe this is you, mostly weak Republican men. So would you like to name names?
think there's a lot of paid social media influencers. And I found it very interesting that they were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid. And they all attacked me when I announced I was coming to join you ladies on The View. And I think that's very weak and pathetic. But when I talk about weak Republican men, I'm pretty much talking oftentimes about the leadership in the House and the Senate. And they're not getting our agenda done. And I've got so many bills. I have a bill you guys in New York would love. It would end capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home. So if you've owned a house for a long time,
We used to have that.
we need it back.
Yeah.
But I can't even get it to the floor for a vote without Mike Johnson approving it to come to the floor.
Do you think Mike Johnson should come on this show?
Absolutely, I think Mike Johnson should come on.
He has his
I guarantee his answer would be, I've never heard of that show. I don't know what it is. I know nothing.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
So that was just a little clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene on The View. That was kind of like the dynamic of the entire interview. There was times where they were like, oh, how come you don't just become a Democrat? She pretty much stayed grounded in her roots, and she said, no, I'm a Republican. I still stand for values and traditions that Republicans are supposed to stand for. There was even a moment, a time where she not necessarily called out The View or Sunny and them, but she was just like, yeah, y'all spoke bad about me on this platform too. And Sunny was like, yeah, we did. Actually give props to her for going on The View. I think more people should not necessarily go on The View, but go on the platforms that are actually going to challenge you, because I think that is where the division stops. Because a lot of times it's just misunderstanding. It's generally just misunderstanding. And it's almost like this preconceived idea, like, oh, people on the left, they're this, that, and the third. Oh, people on the right, they're this, that, and the third. In reality, we have more in common than we do non-uncommon. So I do give her props for that View episode. I think what's happening between her and Trump is unfortunate. I am surprised why Trump is beefing with her out of all the people he could be beefing with, but that's neither here or there. But let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Do you think this is just a publicity stunt? Do you think that this is just Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to get ready to run for president? Do you think that, what do you think this is rooted in? Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I love y'all all. God bless y'all. This is Uduak, connecting people with policy. Toodles!